Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on a 38-year-old from Smooth Rock Falls, Ontario, Canada. His hockey journey has taken him to Canada, the USA, Germany, France, Wales, England, and Poland. For fun, his last season had the most goals by a D-man, scored the game-winning goal, and won his last game of pro hockey, becoming a Polish champion with Katowice. Before all that, was a back-to-back champion with the Hawkesbury Hawks, then ran amok of the NCAA with Canisius College, and if rumors are true, may be the highest scoring D-man in school history. Twice an all-conference team member, too. Mucked it up briefly in the Coast and the A before mucking it up against yours truly in Deutschland, before we hooked up with the Cardiff Devils and promptly became champions and neighbors. Also for fun in his career, led the league Magnus in France in goals and points by a D-man, and is now fighting fires and keeping the public safe. Who says superheroes aren't real? Welcome back to the shed, Carl Hudson.
Wally, thanks for having me, man. Happy
Hey,
to be here.
you got like some kind of background noise going on. I can hear it. You got kids talking in the back or a radio on
No,
or something?
I'm in a room all alone.
Hmm.
Doors closed.
I don't know. I'm picking something up. I don't know. Anywho, where are you? You're in Sudbury now.
Sudbury, yeah. Well, just small town outside Sudbury, Lively, Ontario.
Lively, Ontario? I bet you
Yeah.
are making it lively around there.
Oh, it's already lively when I got here.
So is it starting to feel like home yet? How long you guys been there?
It was I think a year last Friday.
A year last Friday. It takes
Yeah, we
some
moved.
time moving to a new town and feeling
Yeah,
comfortable.
yeah, exactly. Started meeting people and friends, and then obviously the kids going to school and stuff, tournaments or hockey and stuff. So you meet a lot of people.
How old are your kids now?
They're only 3 and 5.
So you're just getting into hockey and stuff, eh?
Yeah, it was Logan's first year. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then they're both in lacrosse now.
Oh, mucking it right up.
Yeah, so it's an easy way to meet new people.
Yeah, that's how mainly the people I hang out with are the parents of the kids I coach. And actually, it's mainly the kids I coach. They're actually my friends in town. Most of my kids are under the age of, most of my friends in town are under the age of 13.
Keep you young, right?
It does. I feel like a kid again, trying to make sure they know that hockey's fun. Like, hockey's fun, right?
Oh yeah,
We did have a lot of fun in Cardiff that year, didn't we?
yeah, we did. That was awesome. Those 2 years there were.
Well, the 2 years, I guess. The one year I never got to play hockey, which
No,
sucked.
but you were there.
Yeah, I was participating, right?
That's when you were my neighbor.
That's right. Yeah, we were neighbors. And I always say in hockey, you don't just win games on the ice. There's a lot of off ice winning that needs to happen. And you and your wife would always have everybody back to your apartment after games on the weekend. And I always found that really brings the team together. Everybody brings a dish, we all eat together, drink together, right?
Yeah, we've always liked hosting people. So pretty much every team that I went to, we'd always end up having everyone back at our place.
Thanksgivings and whatnots, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah. You got to do those things. That's how you win, right?
Oh, for sure.
So how was Poland? You won your last game. I remember watching from afar over here in the shed, and I saw you hugging your kids and your wife after the game, and I thought, man, he's living. He's going to win a championship in front of his kids. That's fun, isn't it?
You know what's funny is they weren't there.
Yeah, they missed our Challenge
So
Cup too for me.
they actually left. Because I had talked to you. I was on the pod that year when I was in Poland,
Yeah, that was our
and
first trip to Poland in the shed.
yeah, and then when the war started in Ukraine, Ali and the kids ended up flying home just as a precaution.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so they weren't even there, which was crazy.
So
It would have been nice to have them there, but
yeah, but you gotta,
it is what it is.
yeah, you gotta put some things first, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Did you still got that fun after you won that?
Well, yes, we did.
Yes.
Lots
I've won a
yeah,
couple times
Ali,
too. I
Ali
had
and the
fun
kids,
every time.
Ali and the kids weren't there, so I had, I think, 5 days before my flight home.
Hmm.
So
That's
a
a
couple
long
late.
5 days, eh?
Yeah, it's a couple late. I was ready to come home after those 5 days. I was like, okay, that's enough.
When I wanted Germany, Lisa had already gone home to start sorting the wedding, so she wasn't there when we won, and it was a long few days before I flew back for like our stag and doe, and to keep the train rolling.
Train rolling. I think I came home and I was in bedridden for a couple days.
Well, you would be. Winning's exhausting, isn't it?
Oh yeah, a lot
Hmm.
of fun though, worth it.
Sure is. So with best of seven, you won?
It was best of seven, yeah, but we swept the final.
Really? Just ran
Yeah,
amok, eh?
yeah.
Hmm.
I think we
Um,
went we went 7 games in the semis.
oh, that would have been intense.
Yeah, it was good. I think 3 of them were in OT,
Jeepers. And you
including
scored the
game.
game-winning goal, it said. The research team saw you scored the game-winning goal of the championship.
Yeah, we won 4-1 the final game. I had 2 goals and an assist that game, so
No big deal.
yeah, it was a good way to go out.
Clap bombs on the power play or what?
One of them was a 1T, yeah.
Hmm.
The
Yeah,
other
no.
one was a twisted wrister.
That brings back a memory of your one-timers. Remember when you hit Lordo right in the
Lordo,
square forehead?
shoot like in a game.
Okay.
Okay, right off the dome.
He was the net front guy, and you shot it like it was a game, and you hit him right in the forehead.
And like he was pumped about it too. He's like, yeah,
What a psychopath.
yeah.
I knew when it was practice. I knew when to throw my tits into a shot or not. In practice, I wouldn't do it. You don't want to
No,
hurt people.
oh no, exactly. But
No.
he didn't seem to care.
No. Yeah. So I get into how we know each other. Here's some small world stuff. When you win in Poland, your coach is Jacek Plachta. And you
Yeah,
want to ruin my day? Is that guy was on the Castle Huskies that beat us in overtime of the final game in Germany my first year with Landshut. He was on the Castle Huskies that beat us by 1 goal.
he was coaching or playing.
He was playing. It was like
He was
his
playing,
last
man.
year. Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
They had a bunch of old boys on that team that were getting paid.
Oh yeah, eh? I could
Hmm.
imagine.
Hmm.
So he must have played pretty late then, because he wasn't that young coaching us. I didn't
No,
think anyway.
no, but well, that was 2007, 8, so it
Yeah.
was quite a while ago.
I can imagine he was an intense player. He was pretty intense as a coach.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
Well, you guys won, so he must be doing something all right.
Oh yeah. 100%. He was a good coach. Enjoy.
And you were like the only Canadian on that team, eh? Isn't it different all the countries you go to, and the
Yeah.
setup of a team is totally different
Yeah. We had
where people are
one.
from?
Our goalie was American, but he had Polish passport. He had been there for years.
Right, I saw that. He just played for Team Poland in the World Championships.
Yeah, he was there, and a bunch of guys I played with were there.
That's fun, eh? When you see your
I
boys in
think.
the World Championships.
Yeah, I know. I think I recognized probably like 8 of them.
Well, and then
I
Team Great
think
Britain's just a squad of shed guys. Then you know
yeah.
the whole coaching staff, and then I knew guys on Team USA and Team Germany. It was bizarre. Hey, we're
That's
old.
crazy, eh? Yeah. Starting to know everyone.
All of our teammates are now coaching the World Championships. It's
And then
weird.
a guy I work with here, it's funny, we were watching the game, and then he was recognizing names that he had played with or against in the UK. And like Richie Dowd,
Yeah,
but he's 50 years old and he
he,
retired in like 2006. These guys are still going
I know, man.
20 years later.
Isn't it weird the guys that took care of their bodies are still playing?
So here we are.
Here we are. But you always took care of yourself, man. You were my worker outer guy.
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
still kind of try and keep in shape.
Well,
Not the
you
same
worked
now.
hard and played hard.
Yeah,
That's
the way
that's
to
how I hockeyed.
go.
Okay, you also played for Cardiff's new coach and Team Great Britain's coach, Pete Russell.
Yeah, I did. He was awesome. Just a
Yeah,
great guy.
I've heard
Great
good
coach.
things of his coaching.
Yeah, he loves the X's and O's, real into all that, and like all the yeah. He was
Systems.
systems. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. I forgot all the hockey terms. I've been out for too long.
I know. I was out of the game for a while too till I fired this up. Now I'm right back into it with coaching and
Yeah,
talking to
I'm
people.
coaching. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
get
yeah,
your
so he was really into the systems and stuff, but also just a good dude.
well, that's what you want in a coach, I'd say, is a good dude, right? And you were that team's fitness coach too, eh?
I was, yeah. I did that. It was
Yeah.
like I think twice a week we went to the gym there.
You were nearly building a resume in the fitness world, eh? And now you're a firefighter.
I was, yeah. Well, when I retired from, I was coaching at a CrossFit gym for the first like 4 months after retirement,
Mm.
like just while getting my starting to apply for firefighter jobs. And
So how was the transition out of hockey? I had a tough go with moving to a new town, not knowing people. It took some time to get my feet under me, you could say.
yeah, um, well, we moved back to where we spent our summers. Like we had kind of a cottage there, I guess.
Yeah,
But you could live in it year round, so we stayed there. So we had a lot of people we knew
from being
around and
there in the
stuff. And then
summers.
yeah, the gym that I would always go to, that's where I started working. So I pretty much knew everyone.
Hmm.
But then just starting to apply for fire jobs, that was just every day you were writing a new resume or trying to get a new certification.
Yeah.
Um, but I was lucky enough to get, it didn't take me too long to get like a full-time job. So that was good.
And when I heard you guys were moving to Sudbury, or I guess living, um, that sounds like it makes sense for you guys. You guys always wanted to be away from the hustle and the bustle, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sudbury is still a pretty big city. There's like 160,000 people in Sudbury.
And that's why you're just outside.
So yeah, so we're about 10 minutes in just a small town. It's perfect.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's nice seeing you again because us hockey guys, we play and we see each other every day, and you come brothers for life, and then you just don't see each other anymore, eh? Like, when was the last
Exactly.
time you saw anybody?
I saw Hotham maybe a month ago.
Well, that makes
So we
sense.
did.
He named his kid after you.
So we went to Buffalo to see some friends from college there and visit the school me and Ali went to. And
Yeah,
then on the way back, we stopped at Hotham's for a couple nights. So
that
it was
sounds
nice
fun.
to see them. But
Yeah,
other than the Hothams, I don't know if I've seen.
right.
I think Marty. I might have seen Marty last summer. I
Well,
didn't go to any of the testimonials either, right? So
no, that's when I got to see everybody, and it's a flash in a pan, man. It all happens fast. You got a couple
yeah.
days to make it happen.
Did you go this year or last year?
I went previous to this year was Ben Davis, who I didn't play with,
Yeah, I didn't play with him either. Yeah,
but he came to the shed before, and it looked like they had a great time. Those testimonials are something else, man.
I can imagine. Yeah. Is
uh,
is Marty going to be up for one soon?
and Bouncy.
And Bouncy, yeah.
Hmm. Don't know what
Well,
kind of rosters they'd construct.
yeah, been
There's
around a
been some
while.
real dandies play hockey in Cardiff, Wales, hasn't there?
Mhm. Oh yeah,
Well, it was like when I got to go back and like really get to know Samuel Jardine and Benty and all the guys that won after we left. And I'm like, well, yeah, this makes sense. They kept winning because they had just the best dudes.
yeah, yeah. I've met a couple of them too. Lewis, is it
Big
Mark
Lou.
Lewis?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was around. Yeah, he's a big fella.
Oh yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah, I hung out with him and Benty too. We met. So yeah, they're all
But
good
yeah,
dudes.
it's weird when you get out of the game, man. You stop seeing your brothers, and that's what spurred this on. And now I'm having a great time. Get to
Now
see you.
you see him every day.
Yeah, whenever I have time.
Oh
So one of our boys that one of my favorite stories of hockey was that year in Cardiff when we were hockeying the hell out of that season. We had like a Secret Santa or a Kabinefest or something, and you and Hendo and Deese decided to strap on the goalie gear and start firing pucks at each other in the middle of the
the
day.
Christmas party.
Yeah, that
Yes,
was fun. That was
yeah.
hockey. Lordo didn't enjoy it, but I did.
I think
But
if you ask him now, he might look back and think that's
it's
okay.
it
That's funny.
it was funny because it was funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
Nick, Nick went into the office with the goalie gear on.
Because you guys thought you were being funny, and he said you weren't being funny.
No, he was not happy.
No, but Hendo started his own hockey team,
Yeah, I saw the Canucks or
the
something.
Cardiff Canucks. Yeah, and I'm coaching the Canucks, and Hendo is going to be the player coach.
So he's coming back.
He's out of retirement, folks.
What league is that in?
The NIHL 2. From what I understand, it's 2 leagues below the Devils.
Okay.
Yeah. But if Hendo's going to go out there and play hockey, I'm curious if he's the coach, if he's still going to have the energy to say who's up next when he gets off the ice.
Yeah.
uh,
I'm guessing he'll have a bench coach though, right? Or like a trainer or
I
something.
think he's going to need it.
Yeah.
I think, he might be sucking wind the first few games.
Is he gonna be first line center?
Well, most player coaches are, right?
Mhm. First peeper?
First beeper. Yeah. Who else is going to stand in front of this net? Okay. So, anyways, other small world stuff though is after we played together, you ended up spending 3 years in Krimichow with
Yeah.
one of my last German puppies, Dominic Walsh. He's like a legend there.
Oh, he's been there forever now, eh?
Yeah, I played with him in Hellbron, and all my puppies in Hellbron, there's like 5 of them that are all going to get their jerseys retired on different teams, and they're all legends now. And he's one of them in Krimichow.
Yeah. They made a run this year. They I think went to the second round for the first time maybe ever.
Ever. Yeah, it's weird in Europe, right? For people that don't get it, it's like there's teams that aren't expected to be at the top ever
Yeah.
because they don't have the money. And when that team's getting to the semifinals, I'm like, what's going on in Germany?
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
guess they had a good team, but I think Walshy signed back for another year too.
Jeepers. He's been there a long time. He's a good dude.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
I got to
Great
get
guy.
him in the shed. I don't know what he's all scared of?
You tried and he said no or what?
It's been a while. I don't know. I get busy and preoccupied. I think he said he'd come on someday. I think. I don't know. A lot of guys out there, ain't there? Like you've played a lot of places, man. Going through your career, you're a lot like me, eh? You went to a lot of different places.
Little suitcase, eh?
You get to know a lot of people when nobody wants you back, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, why'd you change teams so much? Well, they wouldn't resign me, so
I didn't have any hard feelings towards the teams where I won championships and they didn't want me back.
yeah,
Didn't get,
I'm sure.
didn't get upset at all.
No, I'm sure you didn't.
No,
And
still
you
not.
don't hold a grudge either, right?
Mm-mm.
No.
But once you're on my team, you're on my team until you show me you're not on my team. But you must have liked it. You played there 3 years.
Yeah, we loved it there. The organization took care of us. Like it was wild. I think when we first went there, Allie was pregnant with Logan too, and they just man, everything was taken care of. Like as far as the apartment and like cribs, strollers, car seats, they had everything. Like they
And
got
it's the
everything
little
for
things in hockey that mean the most to guys, especially when you're
you. Yeah,
bringing your kids overseas and you're unsure what the setup's going to be like. And then when they take care of you, you're like, you like me.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And
Okay,
like it
I'll
makes
play
the
really
town, like,
hard for you guys.
yeah,
It was
like
like when I
Kermit.
got to Cardiff and they had the crib ready with a Walton 18 jersey for Colby. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that means a lot.
Yeah. Better than when I didn't have hot water for the first 2 weeks
And you never told anybody.
in Cardiff. Yeah, I was just taking cold showers.
I find the teams that win are when guys don't need a lot. They don't need all the bells and whistles and they just go out there and muck it up and do whatever they need to do. And you're the type of guy that's like that when you're
Yeah.
like, well, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't need to complain about having hot water. I'm just gonna get in the cold water till my family gets here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, maybe time to have hot water now.
Yeah, it's probably time.
Winter's coming around.
But anyways, the other way we know each other, one of the most legendary trips of my life, Morzine, France. You played there 2 seasons, and I know everywhere you went, you always made good friends with people, and the people that set us up in that chalet and kind of took care of us for the weekend.
Yeah,
That was a heck of a trip, wasn't it?
yeah. Pepe,
Pepe, how's he
Pepe
doing? You
Yuma.
ever talk to Pepe anymore?
Yeah, I still do. He's still in Morzine. He
Yeah, he is.
runs. So you know where our chalet was?
Yeah.
Just up the road where we took the gondola up.
Yep.
There's a little bar there now, and well, it used to be. It started off small, just like a crepe shop, and now he's got like a big, like round bar for après ski and everything, and he runs that.
And is it his or he's an employee?
So his father-in-law or the dad of his girlfriend owns it, but he manages it.
Well, that sounds like a great setup. I know exactly where you're talking about because when I went on a ski trip without skis, and only a Venom skin tight suit, and Pig showed up without skis a day later, and
Yeah.
I couldn't ski because of my knee. We went up to the top of the mountain to meet you guys and have a drink or two, and then we were in our outfits, and then we went down the gondola and hopped on the bus with all the skiers in our outfits. I was Venom and he was whatever skin tight suit he was. And we put on a show for the folks. We got cheered off the bus when we got off. We were in full character.
Yeah, nice.
It was fun.
Just hanging off the bars on the bus.
Well, I had to like jump out, like Spider-Man Venom, right?
Yeah,
We shot
I
some
think
webs.
Pigsy was Spider-Man, probably, right?
No, he had some weird one. Hendo was Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say because if Pigsy wore Hendo's Spider-Man suit, it wouldn't have been skin tight.
I remember that was quite the trip because Hendo was wearing a Spider-Man costume, skiing, and he ripped the beard out of the face, and then just his beard was sticking out of the costume. And probably, well, I don't know if it was the funnest thing or dumbest thing I've done in my life, but the red saucer ride down the mountain after our,
Well, you didn't get hurt, did you, off it?
I didn't get, it didn't get worse. I mean, I was already hurt, but
Yeah, that's what I mean.
the moguls weren't good. When I went through the moguls and I didn't know they were coming, you guys were all standing above the moguls, and I was like, "Hey guys, look at me go!" And I went flying by on the red saucer, and then I saw the moguls, and I was like, "Oh dear,
Oh my! Did you get
oh, we're in one now."
no brakes on the saucer either?
I remember the one time I was trying to stop with my heels, digging them in as far as I could, and I had snow flying 10 feet in the air, and I was not stopping.
Yeah,
It was
it's a
nuts.
big hill.
You could call it a mountain.
Probably, yeah, coming from that little chalet there.
Your boy there, Pepe's brother, was he? That let me hold on to his pole all the way down to so I
Yeah,
wouldn't fall off the cliff and die. That was good.
that helped.
That did help. What a trip that was, eh? That was
Oh,
exhausting.
yeah, it was fun though.
It was fun.
It was a good time.
That
Good meals, a lot of cheese.
lot of cheese. Yeah, I don't think I took a dump for a week. I was right bloated.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, imagine like taking a picture of our stomachs after
Oh man, there
beer,
was a lot of
wine, and
fondue
cheese.
ate at that one place.
Yeah,
Hmm. The
yeah, we went back.
moonshine with the dead snake in it was an interesting touch too at that restaurant.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
He just gives us all a shot and then pulls a sock off the bottle. Oh, there's a dead viper in
that's
there.
yeah in the moonshine that we just drank,
Yeah, perfect.
and then we just had to get down the mountain
Yeah, in the dark.
in the dark on
What could go,
on a closed ski hill that the groomers are on.
what could go wrong though? Like really?
Nothing did other than the
No.
moguls.
Yeah,
Oh, but that was some trip. Then we get back to the chalet, and you'd become the outdoor woodsman, and you'd be building a fire in the dead of winter out of
yeah.
nothing. What a time, eh? That was the way my career ended. That was my retirement gift
That's
type
oh yeah.
deal, right? The
That
wife let me
chalet,
go on the trip.
that chalet was something else too. It was massive, eh?
Oh, what a spot, man! That
Yeah,
we had 11 guys.
I think we I think we were like 10, but then if you add Pepe and Numa, it's like 12 because they
They were
basically were with
they were
us the
part of
whole.
the crew.
Yeah, they were.
Oh yeah, and you played hockey there for 2 years.
So I played in Morzine for one, and then when I went back after Cardiff, it was like Chamonix and Morzine, so another town like an hour away, and they like merged. So we would live in Chamonix, but we would practice and play some home games in Morzine.
You'd be driving an hour.
Yeah,
That's different.
yeah, it was weird. We'd take like these mini buses, and we'd go like for home games and practices into
Oh,
Morzine.
I know the mini buses. It's like the ones they picked us up from the airport in, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah,
Yeah, those things made me road sick on the way to the airport when we were done running amok. The first trip wasn't as bad when we were having fun, but the way
yeah.
back,
On the way back,
we
yeah,
were tired.
yeah,
We were
yeah. You
tired.
could say that.
Yeah. But that would be a heck of a place to play hockey. So you would have done a lot of skiing. I saw you were quite talented on the
Yeah,
slopes.
so the team actually paid for season passes for me and Ali.
And isn't that
Like
different? Like some places tell you can't ski and they're
well,
endorsing it.
pretty much every place you go to, like when you sign a hockey contract, it says like no this, no that, no skiing, blah blah blah. If you get hurt, basically you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
But there they gave us like it was because they didn't have that much money, and it was a way to bring guys in, right?
Hmm.
Like, hey, come for basically a paid vacation, and you get some money on the side.
Well,
So
and
like,
small world was after our first year in Cardiff, or right near the end of that season, was they were the team that reached out to me about the next year when I was going to be done the MBA. And the decision was go back to Cardiff and have fun again with all the donkeys, or go skiing for a year with the, you know, young family, which were
and
two youngest.
Marzine reached out to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's who I was talking to. And then, the end of that next season, we go and run amok in that chalet. And you said he was like the GM I would have been talking to.
Yeah,
He
that
probably
was.
wasn't impressed by who he had been talking to a year before.
He knew who I was though.
You got to know Wally that weekend too.
Yeah,
We were
oh yeah,
boys.
yeah.
So you played in a lot of places: Germany, Wales, England, Poland, France. Where's your favorite place?
Man, everyone asks me that, and there's like I can't. It's hard to answer, right? Probably
They're
same with
they're all
you.
different, right?
Like if I had to ask you favorite place, you'd probably say Cardiff, but like I'm sure other places, like they're all good in different ways, right?
Well, it's, Cardiff was the way it ended, and it ended on a positive note that instead of asking me to leave, they wrote me a reference letter to get a real job. They brought me back
Yeah,
for a Wally night. They didn't ask me to leave when I got injured that year. Like they had my back, not just on the ice, it was everywhere in life. And I appreciate that for the rest of my life.
yeah,
Um, Beating Heim that first year when we win it all, um, and like they're treating me like a rock star, and they're calling me Mr. Brent Walton when I come out, and I'm like,
yeah,
this is the funnest place I've ever been in my life. I'll play hockey here forever. I love you people. I'll be here forever. And then 4 years later, when they're asking you to kindly leave and nobody even seems to care, and then you're like, well, I guess I don't feel the same anymore.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, so like again, like there's so many like when it well Morzine and Chamonix, like in the French Alps, like just you're basically going to practice and you're skiing every day.
Yeah.
So that's like
It's not
you know
bad.
what I mean? Like that's hard. That's pretty hard to beat. And then
And one of the
in
best ski hills in the world.
yeah, exactly. And then in Chamonix, we had free lunch every day. Me and Ali at this like unbelievable restaurant.
Free lunch every day.
Free lunch every day. So like it was just unbelievable. But then you look at again like Krimichow like treated us like gold. We had both kids there. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
You have your different
And
memories in
then
each place.
yeah, Cardiff where we won. We had good team.
Yeah.
Fans were awesome. Like the boys. I mean,
The
it's hard
boys is
to
what made it, wasn't it? And the
it's
fans.
hard to replicate that dressing room. Like it's like hard to
Oh
describe.
man, it was one crew of dandies in that locker room, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
And
You
then
could
like
show up
Katowice.
to a practice and not know what the hell's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I know. It's
Hots
just
driving the Zamboni half dressed,
yeah,
and then whatever Deese was gonna do.
yeah, exactly. So that was like it was fun going to the rink, right? Like,
Yeah.
and
And when
then
hockey's fun to go to the rink, it makes you
yeah,
want to be there and get better and win more.
exactly. And then Katowice it was like a big city. We lived like right in middle of like an Eastern European like beautiful city. So that was kind of cool too.
And
We
things are
really
probably cheaper there.
oh so cheap. Like we'd go out for walks, let's say, and then you walk down like where all the restaurants and patios are, and it was like never like a question. Oh, maybe we should go home and eat because it's cheaper. It was like no, it's just as cheap to let's get a pizza and some drinks and like it was
And they're
wild.
being eating in Europe, even Germany, like when you're going to Christmas markets or you're going out for dinner, like it was so much more affordable. And
Yeah, but
like,
Christmas markets are expensive now. Like when I left Krimichow, they were getting like
were they
it was like a glue vine was like man, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 euros now.
really
And I feel like it used to be like 2 or 3 euros,
3?
right?
Yeah, about
Yeah,
€3, and then you'd have to pay the deposit for the cup unless you wanted to keep it.
It was like a €20 deposit too. So
Yeah, you'd have to want the cup.
yeah, exactly. Or have enough wine to be like, oh yeah, I want to keep this guy.
That's what's interesting for me though, when it's all over and you didn't keep any of the stuff when you're doing all this fun stuff around the world. And then I go to my parents' place and they have all these masks and steins and
Yeah.
all these mementos from where I played. And I'm like, I don't have any of this shit and you
And
have it?
well, at least they have it, right?
Right, somebody
They,
does.
yeah. We
Hmm.
have some cups and some stuff, but my parents had a lot too.
Well, here's your hardest hitting question of the day, okay?
Oh boy.
You played a lot of places. There's a lot of good food out there. If you could go to one restaurant again in the world, where would it be?
It would. Oh man.
There's
I
a
don't know.
lot of good honey holes out there in the hockey world, isn't there?
Oh yeah, but like that place where we had the on top of the mountain there, where we had that tartiflette,
What'd you call it?
the where we ate on like the middle of the mountain.
Where we I did the red saucer right down the mountain after.
Yeah. Okay, so
After
like
the snake and the moonshine. Yes, I know the place.
so anyways, how they cook that dish like right on the fire and stuff. I
I don't
mean, that
I
restaurant, like just the setting, right?
oh
Is
yeah, there's not much places like it.
it's just hard to beat that one, to be honest with
And
you.
then you get it full of your guys. That's
Yeah,
living. And they take care of you all night and then follow you in their snowmobiles so you have light on the way down the mountain.
yeah. Well, I've been out of that place a couple times where they legit had to carry me down on the snowmobile because there's no way I was skiing down.
Can't get down. Yeah.
That knees, legs were noodles.
Well, I could see it being a dangerous spot. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not even halfway down that mountain, and it's a big mountain.
yeah. But the food there was good, and then that restaurant we ate in Chamonix, where we ate lunch every day,
Yeah.
that was like they just treated us like gold there too, and the food was just amazing.
Almost every place I played,
There's
I
so
always
many,
had
like
a
anywhere you go, like you'd probably say Chippy Lane or something, but
no, that's not. I mean, if I'm running amok, that's where I'm going to go at the end of the night, but that's not where I'm choosing to dine for a night.
what
Good gosh, I don't even like the food at Chippy Lane. That's all just for fun and sport.
about you? Where's your honey hole?
Well, there was a few that, you'd have to think about. But I would say in Landshut, one of my first weeks, I was living with the GM, and he took me to his honey hole, which was this Italian guy. I think he was Mario, because there was a Luigi's in a different town. I think this guy was Mario. But he was making fresh pizza in his oven or his fire stove, whatever the hell they're
Yeah,
called. But
just on
fresh
the way.
pasta coming out of the oven, making everything fresh, and then his dog would sit with you at the table and do fun tricks. And I brought my friends from Elmira came, and he hosted the night for us. He had all this fancy stuff done up for my friends when they came from Elmira, and like it was when the people treat you right, it makes you want to go back, right?
Oh, 100%. There's a place, a Greek place in Kaufbeuren that was like that too.
Greek
And
places
like,
are good. You get some tzatziki up in you.
oh yeah, and then the owner comes out and would start smashing plates on the ground, like just an absolute mess in this restaurant, and he's just loving it.
Well, we had a place in Bietigheim, Mimos. He was my boy. Like we'd even FaceTime each other in the summers when I was at home. He started a little ice cream shop. Then he actually got like a storefront where it became a restaurant, and he had one chef, and each day the chef would decide like what two plates were on the menu, and that's all you could get. And it was fresh as you could get. And I'd bring everybody there for lunch. The whole squad would be coming
Yeah,
all the time, and it
that's
was
such,
our spot.
that's such a good idea too, because you know what I mean. Like you're always getting something fresh, and it's easy. It's almost easier. Like you're not wasting a bunch of food because
When fresh fruit's
whatever
way
is
better,
that
man.
day.
Way better.
Yeah,
Like when they're making the pasta fresh, and then around here you're going to Boston Pizza and they're just pulling it out of the freezer and into the oven. You're like, oh, thanks, I'll pay for that.
they're cooking pasta in the oven.
No, not pasta, but all their shit's
No,
frozen,
'cause you
man.
said that.
Shut up. You think I'm smart? I'm just talking. But that's what I miss. I miss going to like in Germany, you'd go to an Italian restaurant. There are Italians that are making it fresh. And
Yeah,
like
exactly.
then you get the Germans making German food, and like
All right.
they
Case
just the way
pesto?
they look at food in Europe compared to over here, like they
Yeah.
take their time with a meal, they make it right, and they make it from scratch, and you sit down and you enjoy it. Where everybody around here thinks everybody's in such a rush, you can't do nothing.
Oh, I know. Like over there, you got to ask for your bill to leave.
Yeah.
Like, or else you're staying there forever.
Well, and then you get those Fußgänger zones where you get all the tables out on the walking street, and you can just sit there and eat and watch people walk by
People,
and
yeah,
just people watch.
yeah.
There's a lot of
Were
folks
you a
out
big,
there.
were you a big case pesto guy?
Well, I still make it. Yeah, I'll make it. I
You had
still
the
get.
machine
I have the thing that goes on top of the pot to
of the pot, and yeah, yeah.
slide it across. Yeah, I make
Oh,
spätzle around here. So
we
did
got.
you know what I did this year for my 40th birthday? I brought Kabinefests to Kincardine, Canada for my 40th birthday. I pre-made the spätzle at home, and then I brought in 2 fryers in the locker room, fried up the spätzle Speck und Käse.
Where did you
And
find the cheese?
what?
Where did you find the cheese for it?
Well, I just use normal cheddar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Didn't
Because it
get
takes like 3 certain kinds of cheese to make, and I don't.
Oh, you're getting all carried away. You just need the nutmeg in there, and you need maybe you can put some parsley on there, some bacon, cheese, and you're rocking and rolling. And some onion.
Yeah,
I
fried
left
onion.
I left the onion out for the kids. That was only in mine. But
Oh,
I
okay.
had Kabinefest here, and the boys loved it because they tried food they'd never had, and I thought it was pretty cool to bring Kabinefest to Canada.
Yeah, that's wicked. They should have that.
Kabinefests are sweet, aren't they?
Oh, they were great too, and like just some of the barns over there. Like I know in Kaufbeuren, like our barn. Well, both Kaufbeuren and Krimichow were like open rinks, right?
Well, I remember Kaufbeuren and Kribichow. Those were bards, buddy.
Yeah, but in Krimichow, we had like a nice dressing room and everything. But in Kaufbeuren, it was like really like an old school, like with an old ceramic hot tub and sauna, and like, but it was awesome.
Oh, I love that bar, man. It was mucking it up in there. I was a small little rig, eh? It was like you're in a dungeon.
Which one? The
Kaufbeuren.
Kaufbeuren? Yeah, Kaufbeuren. Yeah, the Krimichow one is nice though, even though it's open. It's like
Krimichow's a nice barn, but it could get too cold that you wouldn't want to play hockey.
when your water bottles freeze, you're trying to drink. It's like, oh,
We went there and the water bottles were frozen. You could not drink water. And then your stick, when it's supposed to be so flexible, it was not flexible at all.
oh no, it's just gonna snap in half.
Oh, it was hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
go
had to
block.
deal with the elements when you get to Krimichow.
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine practicing there in the winter.
boys.
You just cut out for a second. What'd you say?
I said you need tough northern boys.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I felt pretty soft that game in January when I played in Krivichow. But then I saw other guys out there in like neck or what are they called? Turtlenecks. And I'm like, you are soft. Take that
Yeah.
off.
Guys would wear like balaclavas in
Yeah.
practice sometimes.
I would never do that. Anyways. So did you say the place on the mountain and then the Greek place in Kaufbeuren? Were those your answers?
And Chamonix, the restaurant in Chamonix, we ate at every day.
See, and that's what's weird is you bring back memories when you brought up the Greek place was in Landshut. Our honey hole after games was just over the river. There was a Greek spot where you go down and have a wonderful meal, and then they make you take that shot after for the digestive system. What's it, the sake or something?
Is it grappa?
Grappa.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. Grappa's Italian. Greek
Oh.
is
Sake.
no, sake's Japanese.
Oh my word. Too many countries. I don't know. I'm lost. You know what I'm talking about. Grappa.
It's grappa's Italian.
Okay, let's move on.
Anyways,
we're not,
if it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Yeah, people love listening to us talk in my shed. Just a couple of smart hockey braids.
Oh yeah, we're just geniuses over here.
Some of the things I had written down though, when we used to really play hockey together, the world of boats, it's gone.
I've heard it's gone. Yeah,
that was our honey hole.
That place was awesome too. That was a good.
I would say their food was subpar, but their location and they're out of the hustle and bustle with the view of the bay, and nobody knows you're over there except for me and you.
Yeah. I didn't even know they had food there, to be honest.
There wasn't much to it.
Yeah, I think I would get ice cream for the kids or whatever,
We did
right?
do a lot of ice cream for the kids there. Yeah. We
Yeah,
spent some hours there.
but like just the setting was nice. The
Hmm.
feel is the vibe. It was a
Right.
vibe.
We weren't really there for the museum of actual boats. We were just,
I never even went in the museum.
I think I just went in to retrieve Colby once, so he wasn't breaking
Ran
anything.
away.
That was a fun spot. We had some fun days there. And the other thing we used to do was we'd do World of Boats and we'd bundle that right into playgrounds.
Yeah, exactly.
We had a lot of playgrounds together, didn't we? Right? I've told this story a few times on here. I'm sure we discussed it last time, but when we had the bread in the stroller and the Nerf gun, and we went to the river out by the bay there, and we're putting bread out for the fat pigeons, and then
Yeah.
you and Colby were hiding behind a bush and then shooting them with the Nerf gun. I thought that was as hockey as life gets. And we
Yeah,
might have
it
had a
was
roadie or
lovely.
two in the stroller.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's the best thing about strollers though, right? You don't need a backpack or anything.
They even come with cup holders.
Yeah, you could
I'm out of
fit a
that
whole
game now.
you'd fit a whole case in there almost. Yeah, I'm out of that game too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it seems like forever ago now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now it's back to backpacks.
Mhm. You still getting outdoorsy then?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We have some hills here we could climb and stuff and
That's what
uh
you do? You just go climb hills?
yeah, like rock hills, kind of like rock climbing, I guess, with the kids.
Jeepers. You got a lot of energy.
And then we started getting into camping quite a bit, like tent camping.
Oh, old school.
Yeah.
Everybody around here has a trailer. Nobody has a tent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tent's the way to go.
Tent's old school. That's how it used to be camping. Now everybody's got their own toilets. They got Wi-Fi. They got
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, Wi-Fi, the dish, everything, eh?
Yeah. But it is
No,
a pretty cool setup.
yeah. No, we're still doing the tents.
That makes sense. You were a
Yeah.
tent guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you guys
Um,
telling me you were going to live right off the grid.
yeah, that changed real quick, eh?
Well, I told you guys it was going to.
Yeah. I mean, it's just not very convenient with kids.
Right. Yes. And you got to put them first all the time once they're there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Always.
Um, well, let's see here. So way back when though, you first started winning with the Hawkesbury Hawks, eh? Way back in
Hockey,
junior hockey.
junior hockey, yeah.
Are the
So
best memories from your hockey career the same as mine? Is it not winning?
it's yeah, whenever you won, yeah.
That's like the best days ever.
Yeah, 100%.
You did it
When
two
you
times in a
oh
row
man,
there, eh?
yeah, 2 times in a row we won in juniors. It was wicked too. The first I think we weren't even like favorites to win either. We just had like good coaching and just guys who would block shots with their face and stuff, like just animals.
Oh, that's what it takes though. I was telling my kids, my under 13 kids this year, it's like it's about who tries harder. It's about who wants it more, and it's about who wants it more for each other. So you
Yeah,
guys will be brothers for life if you go out there and do it together. And then when you see them do it, and guys are blocking shots or playing hurt or just doing whatever it takes and not letting anybody take their puck, and you're like, oh my God, you guys get it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 1 second, I think the real world needs me. Game back on. Anyways, we're all good. What were we talking about? Winning in junior and then
Yeah,
winning in your career.
yeah,
That's what you remember.
yeah. I still talk to some of the boys from Hawkesbury and stuff. I don't know if I haven't seen any in a long time. There's one guy who came to my wedding and stuff, and then we'll still chat here and there.
Well, winning
Um,
makes you brothers for life. If you saw them all, it'd all be like you were right back there. Because I
oh yeah, 100%.
I had a golf tournament when I first fired this up the first year, and a whole bunch of Sugar Kings came when we had won the Southern Cup together 20 years ago. And they came, a whole couple groups came for my golf tournament, and now we have a group chat again with the whole squad, and it's winnings
And it just
forever.
fires it back up, eh? Golf tournament's a good way to bring people in too, right?
Well, it is. I
People love,
really should have
people love
done
golf
it
tournaments.
again. Yeah, man. Golfing tournaments with all your people is about as fun as life gets.
Wow. We still have to head up your way soon, eh?
Yeah, yeah. How far away is Sudbury? I don't even know.
I don't know, like Do you have to go all the way to like?
We're on the west coast of Ontario.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of a weird like. We could take the boat from Manitoulin, but the boat's kind of long.
You got a boat?
What's that?
You got a boat?
We have a boat, but there is the ferry. I meant the ferry boat.
Oh, anyways, we're
Up
not
to
going to
how
sound
far are
smart
you?
if we keep
How
talking like
far are
this.
you from Tobermory?
A couple hours.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then how far from like Barrie?
Barrie? Couple hours.
Barrie's only like 2 hours, 2.5 from
So
here.
we're not that far away from each other.
No.
It's a weekend trip though. You should see when your kids get into like real minor sports and they have tournaments all over the place all the time. And you're like, whoa, like we used to plan
Well,
weekends with our friends and do stuff.
yeah. Now you can't.
You can't because that's
Well,
like,
you're doing stuff with your friends basically, but
well, yeah,
in
it's
a
just a
hotel
different crew
somewhere.
now. Yeah.
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 Um, Logan's got a tournament this weekend for lacrosse in Toronto.
Really?
Isn't that he's 5.
And he has a tournament in Toronto when he's 5.
5 and he has a tournament in Toronto. Isn't that wild?
Well, it is when you start him that young because Jeepers, she's well over $1,000 each time you go to a tournament,
Oh,
and
I
they
know.
keep throwing tournaments at you, especially when your son and daughter play hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets expensive, man.
Oh, I know. It's wild, man. It's just
Might need some
and then
sponsors here in the
obviously
shed if I'm going to get through this.
what's that?
I might need some sponsors in the shed here if we're going to get through this.
Yeah. I thought you had a bunch of sponsors.
Not really, no. Well, I just have
No.
people that help me voluntarily. I got a
Oh, okay.
poster maker guy, a website maker guy, a swag maker guy. You know, I got all the guys. I got a music maker guy. I got a director of shed marketing in Manchester. He's a 13-year-old, Jake. Throws a lot of chocolate on the ice.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but no, I have a new idea how maybe I could actually make money doing this without bugging people and calling people and trying to sell myself. I'm getting jerseys made with shed guys' names and numbers on the back, and I'm going to raffle them off.
Wrap them off.
Yeah. So I was just like thinking out loud. It's like, well, what if I had a Sheffield guy, a Manchester guy, and a Cardiff guy, and it was their names and numbers, and then I had all three raffles at the same time, and I was like, well, why don't you fans compete and see who raises the most money, right?
Who's got the best fans?
Hey, it takes everybody to win, folks. I'm just using my team, right?
That's a
Oh
great idea,
gosh.
though.
So when was the last time you played hockey?
We play so with the firefighters here. We play once a week, and then we
You
had
guys got a good squad up there in Sudbury. I've heard of some real good fire department teams here because
yeah.
there's a
I would say
lot of shed guys firefighting these days.
I know. I'd say ours is subpar.
Yeah.
Well, but we have fun. We go out every Thursday at like 11 in the morning, so it's good. And then we played the cops, the Sudbury Cops, this year, like a big charity game.
Yeah,
Um,
those get heated.
yeah, we were expected to get like blown out, I guess, because the cops here, like, they won the like international, like top division tournament, right?
Were you
We ended up
giving her?
we lost 5-3.
You were giving her out there, weren't you?
Half, I'd say I was half giving her.
Yeah.
I got a hat trick, so that's all right.
Nah. Who's counting, all right?
Yeah, who's counting?
Every time I've seen a fire department play a police department, no matter what country it is in, the game's always got heated.
Oh yeah, one of our guys tried going at it with with one of the cops. It was pretty funny. It
Yeah, that
was,
stuff is funny when people start mucking it up
oh
for
yeah,
real.
and then the best part is like he's like dating a cop, so like he's in the penalty box, and you have his girlfriend like saying, "I have to work with these people." It was great.
A lot of hockey happens around the world, eh? You get people in different jerseys, man. They can really take it over the top, can't they?
Yeah, but it was a good game. I think we raised like 20 grand
Really.
for charity, and yeah, there was like 2,000 people at this game.
Think about this, Carl. Just think about this out loud in the shed with me right now. Like, you need a
Okay,
team to support you. You need a team to be like, you know what? We want to be the team that does that for Wally. And then they were like, how about we do it with you and we set up a shed guy hockey game and I bring in two teams of shed guys to play a game somewhere, and we raise a bunch of money and we have the weekend of our lives, and then everybody wins because we had the time of our lives and we don't need any money, we just want it paid for. And then any other money that was raised by bringing in all these legends from around the world, just give it to someone.
Some charity.
Or that team can have the money. I don't give a shit. Just let me and my friends have fun.
What team though?
I don't know. Who will do it? Will Cardiff do it? They already have enough testimonials going on. Everybody plays there 10 years.
Oh, you want like a team to put this? I thought you were going to put it on in Kincardine.
I can't get enough shed guys to Kincardine. I don't have any budget. I have no sponsors. You know?
Yeah, but you're going to raise money with the. It'd probably be better in the UK, right? More
Well, it
fans.
would, and yeah, and a lot of the guys are already over there, and that's who's listening. You know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
But wouldn't that be something?
that'd be pretty cool.
Maybe the Elite League will do it for me if I play 10 years in the shed. Call it a testimonial.
Testimonial for the shed.
Seriously, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
You imagine getting everybody back together on the ice for a shed guy game?
Bunch of shed guys.
Yeah, muck it right up.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
hit Chippy Lane after too if it was in Cardiff, right? Just thinking out loud. So do you miss the game at all, or are you good? How'd you know?
yeah.
How did you know it was time?
Just with the two kids and stuff, and like, I don't know. I feel like I still wanted to keep playing, but again, with the kids and stuff, being closer to family, like just doing those normal family things, right?
And being home.
Yeah, being home. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you miss a lot of stuff being overseas, don't you?
Yeah. Before the year started, basically, we knew it was the last year,
and then you won it.
And then we won it. Then I wanted to keep going. Then I really wanted to keep going, though.
Right, because winning's fun, and then you want to keep playing.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then when you lose, sometimes you're like, "Well, I got to fix that. We got to play again so we can win."
Play again. I need to win.
Yeah. It's a slippery slope we get at play that game, isn't it?
Oh yeah. But no, I mean, I miss it. Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Just so, but again, with the firefighting, like every time you go to hall, you're with your boys, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
like
it's not that different.
No, it's not. I'm not in an office, or you know what I mean? We have fun at the stations, and so
you goof around a bit.
Just a little, yeah. It's a good transition.
And you guys have a hockey team that you get to skate with once a week?
Yeah, exactly. We kind of just play pickup.
Yeah. Well, that's all you'd want to do at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah. But the guys are starting to talk about going to tournament, like actual like tournaments and stuff.
Probably once they saw you skating around taking clap bombs, they're like, "Oh, let's play tournaments now."
Yeah.
Where'd we get this guy from? Jeepers. I didn't write many notes because I figured we could just talk. You wore number 6 a lot in your career. Why?
I wore number 6, I think only in junior, right? I think I was number 2 after.
Okay, well, why number 2 then? Because your email says something totally different.
I know. I don't know why it says 6. I don't know.
Okay. That's what I went with because
Allie made up my email. But it's funny because I did wear number 6 in junior, and that was because it was my ex-girlfriend's birthday. I know, right?
Oh, you're so
pretty corny. I know.
Oh,
and then
word.
And then I wear number 2 now because it's my birthday.
There you go.
Yeah. So when
that's better, I guess.
That's better, right? Yeah, I know.
But what's Allie's?
But Allie's 3. Oh no, her number is 3. Her birthday is not 3, but she made my email. I don't know because I had to switch. I still have my Canisius email like to last year from school. And then they finally said, like, "Oh, we need to boot you out." Like,
yeah, I remember the last time I sent the link, it was still your school, and I'm like, man, you're really holding on to that. Yeah. Small world. I won't name any names. It's just a funny story, but there's a fella that I met that was from Orangeville, a young hockey guy, and He's like, "Do you know, like, Carl Hudson?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, his wife, I used to work out in the same gym as her, and I used to, oh man, like that was who I always watched work out."
That's not creepy.
Not creepy at all. Small world though, ain't it?
That is crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, she
um, huh?
well, I was gonna say she used to work out pretty hard with the lacrosse and stuff, so
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Lisa was in the NCAA soccer there. Man, NCAA is you can really work out, can't you?
oh man, that's all they do.
It's
Like
all you do
every day.
for
It's
four
like
four
hours a
years,
day. They just
hours,
yeah.
and
It's
that
good for
was
development.
well, I guess. And then at Western Michigan, they'd get you up at 6 a.m. and make you work out like an animal for 2 hours, and then they'd say, "Oh, and here is an open buffet at the cafeteria. Eat as much as you
Exactly.
want."
With greasy food.
Yeah, not good for you food either. And you can eat whatever you want. And I don't know. Yeah, my body wasn't as in shape as how much we worked out.
It's weird, eh? So you ate more than you worked out.
I'm not sure what happened because we worked out a lot.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first got to NCAA and like they start making lift weights? Like I remember doing max cleans, max squat, max snatch,
It's
and
every day. It's like one rep max
something's
every day.
gonna pop, something's gonna break here.
It can't be good for your body.
No. And now all the training's so different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's like we knew what was wrong way back then.
They were like training football players.
Yes, that's exactly what it
Basically.
was. We actually
Yeah.
shared the locker room or the weight room with the football team, and we are doing the same exercises.
Exercise, yeah, it was all the same.
You still work out? I guess
I
you're a
do.
fired man. You have to, right? That's part of the
Yeah, we
gig.
have for the most part, yeah, we have to.
hmm Um, well, you got any questions while I'm looking at my notes to see if I wrote anything else down?
Questions about what?
I don't know. I wrote down one other guy's names that I convinced to the shed, and you were the reason he was a Cardiff Devil and became a Challenge Cup champion with us. Titties talked it.
Titties.
Titties was in Finland when I talked to him.
How's he doing?
Marcus Tatanen. He's
Yeah.
doing great. He's like a
Isn't
legend in Finland, eh? I didn't
oh, yeah,
realize
he played years there in the top in the was it Liga?
he gets like a press box to all the home games.
Oh, yeah, it is where he lives or his
Yeah,
home, like, team?
yeah, yeah. Like he's like the
I
guy
think it
there.
was, like, 6 or 700 games or something he played over there.
And then he went to Kaufborn with you, and then to Cardiff and became a champion with us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He was a beauty, eh? What a good guy.
Titties is a beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, run into a lot of good guys in a hockey career, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Every
Just
team.
a few douchebags out there.
Not many, though, to
Not too
be
many. They
honest.
get weeded out,
No.
don't they?
Yeah, they do. Early on, they do.
Yeah. It's always interesting in some places where like you can see guys keep playing and getting jobs, and you're like, man, you're so much better than that, but it's because you're just not a good dude.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Fun fact: when we won the Pokal in Bietigheim, we had a guy that had joined our team that season that really wasn't a team player, really wasn't nice to the young guys, and didn't treat people appropriately. When we won the Pokal championship, he got out of the locker room right away to go hang out with his friends that weren't on our team, and we had just won a trophy. Our captain pissed in his skate, filled it right to the top. And nobody told the guy. The whole team, we all saw him do it. We all laughed and had a joke, and it brought actually the rest of the team together how much we hated the other guy. Yeah,
That's great.
it was great. Yeah.
Don't leave the room early, right?
Well, you just won a trophy with us and you're going to go hang out with other people, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
your boot might stink on Monday.
Might still be wet.
But he deserved it. That's all I'll
Yeah.
say. Yeah. I don't think he's listening to me in my shed. But
Okay.
I don't know if he ever found out about it, but the rest of the team,
Well, if he does listen to you, he's gonna find out now.
I guess so, right? Maybe give her a smell test if you're still wearing the same wheels. Do you remember when Deese used to poop in the other team's locker room before they'd get there at the big blue tent?
He did. He would flush though, right? Or
No,
he wouldn't flush.
no, he wouldn't flush. He would mean to leave it.
That's just a decent move.
A lot of great memories from those years in Cardiff, though, eh? We had a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it was a good time.
Halloween parties, year-end parties, beer pong
Yeah,
tournaments.
yeah.
Hmm.
Golf tournaments too. Yeah,
We did do a
Good golf.
that golf tournament when we first got to Cardiff, and none of us really knew each other. I think that's what really spurred
Yeah.
on the team vibe was when the
Oh
George brothers were there. We
yeah,
had a time. Everybody was having beers and relaxing and playing golf. And man,
yeah.
we stayed at that golf tournament a lot longer than we needed to.
I think so.
It was sure fun, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was a good time.
I remember we started off that season really slow and we were like in eighth or ninth and Lordo was losing his mind because we were only winning Challenge Cup games. And then all of a sudden we went on a heater and won like
Yeah,
every game for months. Remember that?
especially at home. We didn't lose at home much.
And that BBT would be a rockin', wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
Remember before the game sitting in that
Imagine
locker room?
playing against us in the BBT with that team.
Well, it was a big team.
I would, yeah, I would have called in sick every time. Our son would-
We had like 5 or 6 guys that could hang in there with anybody. And
Oh
we
yeah,
also had score, also had goaltending. Like we were a squad.
yeah. We were the unit.
And now, did you know that I sponsored the captain of the Manchester Storm this year, and he played the season with the two L's and Hockey Tales logo on the back of his jersey?
I think I did know that. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Eh?
Isn't that funny? I think
Yeah,
I'm the first podcast in the world to sponsor a pro hockey player.
probably.
I think it's
But,
funny. I thought
yeah,
they throw chocolate on the ice every time they win, you know,
I know. I see that too.
and they're
Just
playing in the big blue tent basically, and I think it's hilarious. And it just makes me picture if we were playing in the big blue tent and winning all those games. If they were throwing chocolate on the ice to us, I'm like, man, it would have been even funner,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Imagine just getting chocolate bars, like thousands of them.
Right? And like, and then they
Imagine
put
your
your
body though.
putting your name and number on them, like this is for you.
How much would
That's
you have to work out after eating all those chocolates though?
what's weird is it wasn't even that much of a chocolate guy, I don't think, you know?
So
It's
you'd have
weird.
been safe.
I don't know. I probably work out the same amount I had to. I like playing the game, Carl, you know?
yeah,
I think if working out was like it is now when I came up, I would have been way more into it. Then when I came up, it was more like punishment. It was like NCAA workouts were like, let's see if we can break you. And
yeah,
then when teams will give you the option not to work out, you're like, well, I don't want to do that. Where nowadays it's like 5, 6 guys that are hockey guys. They go to a gym, they all hang out, they work out together. They're hockey guys. Then they go golfing, and you're like, oh, well, I could have done that if it wasn't punishment.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. It's like going to Germany in July and running around a track for months and doing 3 a days. And you're like, so you want me to work out when you tell me not to? I probably won't.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Here's a way back one then. So when you left college, are you not the leading D-man scorer ever at Canisius College, or were you?
I think I might still be. I don't know now. I haven't looked at the I know I was when I left. Uh
Records are fun. It'd be cool if you still had it.
yeah, I think I was I know for goals, I think it was the whole Atlantic hockey, whole conference.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
That's pretty good.
I don't I points maybe someone at Canisius ended up at D-man ended up getting more points, but I
So
don't
then what were your pro options when you were getting into pro way back when, like I was? Because when I was a small town boy, nobody knows me really in Elmira. I was running amok, but like then you get to Western Michigan and I did well there. It wasn't till my junior, senior year where like I had teams sniffing around and you don't even feel like it's possible being a kid from a small town in the middle of nowhere where the NHL seems so far away. And then all of a
yeah.
sudden you have teams talking to you and you're like, talking to
It's
me?
so weird, right? The feeling? It's like, what
It's bizarre.
you wanna talk to me?
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
You want to
especially
talk
well,
you want to talk
like
to me about me or you want to talk to me about somebody else?
yeah. Western Michigan, I think was a bit a better school. Canisius, we were like bottom of the totem pole, right? Like we
Yeah,
were
they
like
were
ranked.
just getting going, right?
Yeah, we were ranked like last one. I think probably like my first 2 years there. we were pretty low, but then we started like having a good squad like my third and fourth year, and that's when like teams and agents and stuff started coming around, right?
Isn't it weird how winning makes people talk and gets people there and watching?
100%.
I said that to my puppies all year this year in under 13. I'm like, winning gets people talking. Winning
Yeah,
gets people places. It's like the only reason I ever got out of Elmira, Ontario was because we won. And everybody's like, why are these teams winning? And then all of a sudden we have like 8 scholarships out of Elmira, Ontario, right?
that's crazy, right?
What's crazy nowadays is like I got a poster somewhere around here where it's like Elmira Sugar Kings taking over the NCAA, and it was Western Michigan playing Niagara, and there was like 8 of us in the same game.
Really, from the same team?
Yeah,
It's nuts.
yeah, and we won the Southern Cup. So you got to win your Cherry Cup as your league, and then the Southern Cup. We won it all my second year. And then the third year, we won the Cherry Cup and lost in Game 7. What a mess! Joke, you know?
Still remember it, eh?
Yeah. Well, and what's weird about winning and losing is the team that beat us, the Abbott twins, they became like legends of the Swedish Elite League. One's like a GM and one's a coach now. And then
That's
I
so
had
funny.
my career and they beat us in game 7.
Yeah.
Winning's the opposite of losing.
Yeah.
But they don't have a shed now,
No, not as good as yours.
right? It's got to be the coolest shed around.
In Kincardine?
Yeah. Well, anywhere.
Anywhere.
Anywhere. There's a lot bigger and nice sheds, but they don't have as nice. They don't have all their guys with them,
Yeah, they don't have all their friends on the wall, right?
right?
Exactly.
That's as fun as this gets. And I got to see you again today, Carl.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Isn't it? You gotta say
Yeah,
hi
yeah.
to the family. I don't even know your kids, man.
Yeah,
Isn't
you
that
never met him, eh?
isn't that weird? Like you were so tight with Colby when we were in Cardiff, and
Yeah.
we would do everything together.
Well,
We
'cause
would
you
work the
didn't you
boats and
'cause we were
playgrounds.
neighbors. That's why.
We were neighbors, and it's like Hendo's kids, your kids. Like I don't know them, and it's like weird for
Yeah,
me because I feel connected to them, but I don't know them.
yeah. Well, you must have seen Hendo's kids when you went down, right?
I did, yeah. The first testimonial, we had a good time, and we even inspired a tattoo. Um, Hendo's son is the reason that there is a guy wearing a tattoo on his arm of me topless with muffin mitts. That was Hendo's kid that inspired that. That was Hunter.
Oh, really, eh? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And I guess Small World was I don't know why that guy thinks I have muffin mitts. Makes no sense. I think it was Hendo's kid said I throw muffins. But my second last game of pro hockey, I fought for you.
You did, yeah.
I almost hit him. I don't know if you've seen the video. I almost got him.
I did watch the video. You almost did get him, I think,
I
eh?
held on and I held on, waiting for my one throw, and I
Bro,
just flipping
he
missed.
yeah. I think he would have been done if you hit him.
It only happened once in my career where I actually hit the guy, and it did work. The guy never played the rest of the game, and I was as proud as I could ever be, and that was in Dayton, Ohio. But Small World was the way that I would fight was in the HL when I got there, and they were all mutants that fought all the time, and I was just a little guy. Brandon Sugden, Sugar they called him, who was just a monster, gave me some advice after practice. And he's like, "You're little and you're going to get beat up if you actually try to fight people." He's like, "You need to keep skating forward and just throw one haymaker. And if you hit them, good. And if you miss, fall down."
Fall down. Yeah. That's basically what happened in that one, right?
Yeah, but then I missed him and he kept me upright for a little bit and hit the top of my head a little bit. I don't know. I didn't see the end of the fight, but I never did get him like I wanted to. But then what's cool about us guys was then years later or a year later, Lordo beat the wheels off that guy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. You
And I
remember.
remember the rest of that season, I got hurt and I'm done for the year. But every time we'd play Coventry, Salts, Lordo, everybody would be barking at him, trying to get the guy to fight, and he wouldn't fight. He
Oh, no,
looked like
he
he
went.
was going to shat himself,
Yeah.
right? And he deserved it.
Yeah, he did.
He deserved to
100%.
actually get beat up, not fight me.
Yeah. Well, you tried.
I did my best, right?
The intent that counts, right?
Right. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I always did think though, like I had told Lisa that just happened, but like I told him, like I gotta test myself one more time before I retire. I gotta get in one more fight. And then it happened because that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
And what was weird for me is after he did that to you and that happened, I saw videos of him doing the same thing to other people and
The
getting
same
beat
hit?
up.
Oh, yeah, eh?
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
scumbag.
Yeah.
And he ain't coming to my shed.
I don't blame you.
I've had fans write to me,
Or you should
shed
have him
fans,
on your
saying you
team.
should have him on and talk to him about it. I'm like, you think I want to talk to that guy? Why would I want to talk to him?
Yeah. It could be funny, though, just
Would it?
battle, chirp each other.
Yeah, you imagine? It'd be like the opposite of all the other talks in here.
Yeah.
So why did you actually try and hurt people that are just over there playing for the love of the game and like aren't going to be retired after? Why are you trying to like actually like end their careers and hurt their legs and knees? It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why don't we just go out here and
Yeah.
muck it up honestly and see who wins?
Yeah. Nope.
No,
Not
not
for
that
him.
guy.
No.
But like when you watch, if you go to YouTube and see the 2014-15 Devils fights, I'll tell you what, man, there ain't many hockey teams in the world that had each other's backs like we did that year.
There's a whole YouTube clip on
YouTube 2014-15 Cardiff Devil fights, and my word, there was a lot of hockey going on that year. There was a lot of fist fights.
it. Yeah. I'll have to look it up, bring back some memories.
It really brings back memories because like I remember there's one where there's some big guy pushing me after a whistle, just pushing me in the shoulder, and I just like took it, and then all of a sudden Hoff skates off the blue line and comes in and just beats the wheels off the guy, and I'm like, what a hockey team. Your best defenseman's coming up to
Yeah.
stick up for me for no
He could,
reason.
he could chuck him too, though.
He really could. Like
Yeah.
he could chuck him and he
Yeah.
could put up points.
Yeah.
Bit of a competitor, you'd say.
You think?
Just a touch. But that is how you win, is having gamers like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got anything else for me before I get back to the real world?
No, man. I got to get back to real world, too. I got the kids, both kids here. Logan stayed home. He's sick.
That stuff happens. Well, thanks for making the time for me, buddy. It was great.
I think we're going to the beach.
Really? You got a beach there?
Yeah, like 10 minutes away. Bunch of beaches.
Nice.
Northern Ontario, bud. Not a beach like yours, but it's a beach.
Well, we got a good setup here too.
Yeah, I know. I've seen pictures.
And you should come see me. You should bring.
I know.
Come see
You should
us.
make a family trip up at some point.
We should plan that. Well, thank you for making the time and great seeing you, sir.
Yeah, bud.
Good to see you guys are doing well. I knew you would.
Try.
Hey, good people do good things. Keep up the good work, sir.
Cheers, Wally.
And this has been another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Buddy and Wally.